Guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new series of videos that I'm going to be giving you every week, if my editing skills are quick enough and fast enough, every week. Basically giving you a bit of behind the scenes look at some of the things that I get up to on a day-to-day business, from coaching, filming, all the behind the scenes stuff, basically giving you a bit of an insight into the daily and weekly operations of life, basically. So yeah, today it's Monday morning, start of a new week. Just come to the local golf course because I've got a little bit of something, a bit of a promo that I want to film. Actually, let's get out there. Of a shoe that Adidas released. Not actually a shoe, a few shoes that Adidas released. And yeah, I'm just going to give you a bit of behind the scenes look at how I produce this content today. Also got a few things going on today, a few meetings with the OuttaBoundz team. For those of you that don't know, OuttaBoundz is a show myself and Jay do. If you don't know, you need to know, because why are you on this channel otherwise? You need to head over there to check out all the content and the amazing things that we do with the show, because that is pretty much 50% of me. But ultimately, this is going to give you a bit of an insight into that. So we got a podcast, we have a bit of a road show as well, which basically us traveling around different locations, shooting fun content, basically to put more eyeballs on golf and yeah, basically change the game and hopefully help increase the numbers and levels. But less of that, you're going to hear loads of OuttaBoundz today. Just come to a local course. We have got some shoes, big up Adidas Golf. We've got some shoes and I want to film a bit of a promo around these. So Adidas released 3 classics, Stan Smiths, and then you've got Superstars. These are so good. And then you've got Sambas as well. So I was going to do a little bit of a video today based on those shoes, bit of a promo, bit of a cool vibe. Got some matching blue trousers on today. But yeah, let's get to that while the weather is okay. It's really cold here, coffee is ready, give me some energy for the day, and then we'll catch up with OuttaBoundz later. We've got a few calls. What else have we got? We've got podcasts coming out today as well on OuttaBoundz, so I need to do a few things, thumbnails for that. So let's get to this and then we'll catch up back after the video. So far guys, this has taken way longer than it should. We've got shoes on the floor. We've got 3 pairs of shoes I've got with some on now that I basically want to run a little promo for, that you're going to see now because I'll have edited it. But getting the shots, like product placement shots, is so hard on your own because obviously you're trying to fix camera on the floor. And this is interesting, I actually flipped my tripod around because I'm going for quite a feel where I can get like almost a point of view of on the floor. Shout out Kay at Adidas, because I've seen one of his videos that he's done and it's a very similar vibe where it's obviously it's shoes, so it's at this level on the floor. So I'm going for that sort of vibe for the video, but it's just so hard to get like the focus on the camera as well, because it's still like I've made some great clips but the focus is a little bit out, so and I'm quite new to like proper cameras and stuff. Usually I just got someone doing it for me. As much as I know about cameras and stuff, it's like getting focus and everything like that manually on a tripod is quite difficult. So we've got one more pair to shoot, which is these Sambas, new colorway, the classics. Gonna shoot these on foot, some walking shots like you just seen me do there. And yeah, I should get wrapped up. Got to get back to do some OuttaBoundz stuff. So let's wrap this up, this last one in, and then we can get back home. So the next thing on the list of to-dos, today, Monday, we've got OuttaBoundz Show podcast episode, which, by the way, is the sickest episode yet. If you haven't watched it, by the time this video comes out, the episode will launch, so make sure you head over and watch it. We got episode of Harvey from So Solid.
Listen, we sold 8 million records. There will never be a So Solid ever again.
Celebrity crush from So Solid crew, Harvey!
You could be around politicians, but you're still going to have that same
Power kill me to stop me, bro. When we're dead, the tunes will still play.
What would it have been like releasing music now compared to back in the day?
This is what I'm going to try and explain to you, yeah?
Obviously, you started playing football when it halves. To be fair, you were born.
What was the hardest times?
And then the tax man came for me for 400 grand. I didn't even have that in my bank, blood. I was like, oh no!
21 seconds before I got to go.
The conversations in this episode were too good, and honestly, it's one of my favourite podcast ever. So what I've got to do Monday right now, 10 o'clock, so we're going for a slightly different strategy on this one. Usually we have Sunday uploads for the podcast, but today we are going for a Monday upload just to kind of experiment with different upload times, because it's really important to keep testing the theory of when's best, and right now, because we're so early on in the journey, we don't exactly know what works and what doesn't, so it's very good to be in this experimental stage. But we're going for a Monday upload, slightly earlier time, so we're going for a midday upload, which means I've got a couple of hours to get a thumbnail ready. I'm usually responsible for making the thumbnails, scheduling different things, to final check the podcast. Bit last minute on this one, to be honest, but yeah, it'll be worth it. So if you haven't watched it, actually, the promo is too sick. Big up Jamie. Promo, and then we've got the episode here, so we've got to grab a good photo of Harvey, design the thumbnail, get that uploaded, get the promo ready. But yeah, I might take you through just a few things of how I design them. I usually listen to some music while I'm doing this, which is quite therapeutic really. But yeah, let's get this podcast thumbnail done and let's get it uploaded. Right, so the foundations of the thumbnail are here. Sometimes just a little bit on the design will have, obviously have their name at the top, whichever guest it is, and then we'll have a little kind of subtitle underneath of maybe a key note that they've said, something that they've said in the video, or a key word, something that is gonna almost like a pivotal moment in the podcast that is gonna kind of make you want to go and watch. I think thumbnail on YouTube is so important because it's got to stand out, it's got to make you want to watch the video. We have such a big guest, it could just be a past to present, and that's almost telling them we're listening to the whole journey and the whole story, because it's Harvey independently and So Solid that we covered. We just added the So Solid at the bottom, but all we got to do now really, because we've got this pretty much locked in across all thumbnails, the same design now, Incy, Joe, Carly, JJ, Henny, we kind of just have a template, so it's really easy to literally bang out a thumbnail in literally 20 minutes. It doesn't really take long. Final touches to Harvey, gonna brighten him up a little bit, and yeah, this one should be all good.
I would prefer for it to be way at a time, or if not, like a few days before, but just because of how things have been, it's just been that way.
Yeah. So essentially we had a big backlog of content where we hadn't met Jamie at the time, and we were really struggling to get the stuff turned around and get it distributed. So for example, from when I last spoke to you up until the start of this month, we were just filming and getting out kind of weekly. But this month, all of October, we got 2 uploads a week, and this is all backlog content that we shot pre-September, so before September. Alright guys, welcome back to the weekly vlog. Today is Tuesday and we have some coaching to do today. So afternoon's worth of lessons, actually passing through to the evening. Got some clients in, back to teaching. We're at Three Hammers at the moment, currently in the indoor studio, but we're going to be heading outside onto the range to be doing our sessions out there today. I'm going to try film a few of these, give you a bit of an insight into each of the lessons, as long as the people, wonderful clients are willing to do so. Interestingly, first one is off on a golf holiday tomorrow. And last time he said that the course, it's in Spain, the Cala, I've played there, amazing course, very slopey, very fast. So very interestingly, we are gonna use this. So this is something that we can move this around and it gives us varied sloping lies. So I'm gonna whiz that out onto the range. And we're going to focus a little bit on sloping lies, above the feet, below the feet, uphill, downhill. So I might just start us off with that, give you a bit of an insight into teaching, different lies, what it does to the ball. And yeah, we'll see what other clients we get in today. I'll give you a bit of a jumble of them if I can. But yeah, let's get out there, got teaching stuff ready to get out there and get started. So let's do it. All right, ball above. What's the ball going to do differently?
Direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Wider, do you think?
Because the way we're coming in.
Yeah, the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So easy way to look at it, I'll grab something for you. This little device. So if we're on flat, you could say the loft is pointing pretty straight. And then if you go to this slope now and put the club flat, where's that pointing now?
Left.
It's going to point left, yeah. So it's actually the loft of the face. Think of it how the heel or the toe is in relation to the ground. It's where the loft points, which is essentially the club face. And then you've got other things as well. When you get onto different slopes, in like if the left foot's higher, it's the transfer, so I can't get across, so the release tends to happen a little bit earlier. And then the other way, it's a little bit later, but when it's above and below this way, it's just where the loft is pointing up and above. So straight away here, I'm going to have to change the aim, aren't I? If we do everything the same but don't change, we're going to have to change the aim. So now if I'm flat here and now I lower it, it's pointing left, so I've got to change the aim to get that to point straight. Well done. So down slope now, going to have exactly the same thing. So if you've got, let's say you've got 100 yards again to that flag, what's this going to do to the same club that you was hitting off a flat? So say your pitching wedge was going 100 yards on a flat lie.
It's not going to go so much in the air, is it?
Absolutely, so it's going to launch lower. Peak height's going to be lower. So if you've got a tight pin when you're away at the collar and it's firm and you're on a down slope, it's not going to peak, so it's not going to stop as quick. It's going to run a bit, so there, in that case, you might have to club up one. But also be wary that this might mean that the ball might not carry as far because it doesn't reach its peak and optimum launch conditions. So let's just test with the
9 here.
9, yeah. I think that this might go with a 9 iron, maybe 5 yards further for you. The one thing we definitely want to do is not fight the slope. So fight the slope means if your spine or shoulders are pretty neutral, we want to get them with it. There you go. So does it feel like you're almost leaning down the slope? Perfect. Well done. Interestingly, you see that one? It launched right, didn't it? Yeah.
Went that way.
So
my drivers have been doing that as well.
what happens on this slope compared to the upslope is actually directional as well.
Okay.
So as well as the distance and the peak height that you're taking into account and the launch, when you go, for example, here, and your club gets ahead of the ball, the face is almost open a touch because it hasn't had time to
Come back.
because your body's just moving with the slope naturally because gravity's taking you that way. So your club's also going that way. So the face will just stay open a touch and it will just launch slightly right.
So shall we just try and come this way a little bit?
Absolutely. So aim a little bit left of you where you want it to go. Good effort. Good try. Best way of practicing it as well, as daft as it sounds, is experimenting on the course and just seeing, okay, if I just aim straight here from this lie, What's happening? Oh, it keeps turning over. Right, let me adjust. It's like having that instinct, isn't it? To like feel, okay, I feel here. I feel like I can't go that way. I feel like the club's gonna go, so let me adjust. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Unfortunately, the weather has been absolutely awful in the Midlands, so it cancelled a few plans that I had towards the end of this week and for this video as well. But next week, we've got a massive week. We've got loads going on. We've got a shoot with Adidas that we've got to go down to London for. We've got some lessons down in London and back in the Midlands as well. But the shoot's really cool. I'm going to try to give you a bit of an insight, bit of a behind the scenes of everything that goes on at a shoot, because it's a massive operation actually. And the guys, the team are really good at Adidas there, and all the video team as well. So that is going to be loads of fun. We're also heading up to Manchester. Me and Jay are shooting for OuttaBoundz with a couple of guests. So I'm going to give you a bit of a behind the scenes of the shoot as well, and a bit of a head start in terms of video, and hook up with a guest as well and have some good chats with them. Super interesting video, special guests, ex-tour professional as well. So I'll keep that quiet for now, but make sure you're around next week for this vlog, because it's going to be a special one. One of my goals for this channel for this year is to get this channel up to 1,700 subscribers. In fact, let's go for 1,750, and I want to see if we can hit that by Christmas this year. So that leaves us, what are we now, October, couple of months. If we can get up to 1,750, I'm going to commit to doing this vlog on a weekly basis. If you can smash that subscribe button, leave a comment when you've done so I can see it, and also smash that like button. Really appreciate it. Helps the channel grow massively, and again, I can continue to do these videos and give you a bit of an insight. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in next week's episode.